Are you perchance interested in extending your car's warranty?
Konnichiwa.
Horror. It's that feeling you get when you realize you're being watched by someone.
こんにちは。
It's also the feeling of being scared shitless by a door opening in Amnesia. And it's recently become one of my favorite genres to play games in, especially the Resident Evil series. For those who don't know, Resident Evil is a game about you, either as Leon Kennedy or Claire Redfield, getting caught in a whirlwind of Raccoon City's plague outbreak. You explore the police station to find a way out by solving different types of puzzles and uncovering the truth of what is happening in this wacky place. I'll be giving some small spoilers throughout the video for the police station section of the game and for a section later in the game, but if you still want to play the game, click off now! I'm waiting! I think we should start by getting the obvious out of the way. A guy who looks like they locked Arnold Schwarzenegger in a cave and only fed him protein powder and breakup messages. It's scary as fuck! And it's even more scary when you can hear him walking around and he'll just know where you are when you shoot a gun or start running. But while being scary, it creates this really cool balance between fuck, I need to do this puzzle, but these zombies keep showing up. Do I shoot him in the noggin and alert Mr. X who we're gonna have to run from?
If you see one of those things, you do not hesitate. Don't make my mistake.
I'll stop this, Lieutenant. I promise.
Or do I try to wait them out or sneak past them with the chance that I can slip by and not alert Mr. X? In one section I was walking around the lower levels of the police station with Leon and I had finally found a missing part of the puzzle that I was trying to solve. And then this happened. The only thing I'd say that Resident Evil does not do that well is the feeling of powerlessness. In some aspects it does make you feel like you can't do anything against the zombies because they tank hits to the brain like they're getting paid by the bullet. But in other aspects, once you realize how the game works, the fright wears off quite fast. For example, Mr. X is, as I said, really fucking scary at the start of the game, or when you first meet him. But when you realize he takes a shotgun shot to the head and gets stunned so you can just run past him, and that your running speed outruns him like Leon is doing a 100-meter sprint, it's less and less scary and more about, fuck, I hope I don't run into zombies that'll corner me. The only thing that kind of counters that though is... even though what I just said still holds true, especially after you've left the police station, the game really gives you the powerless feeling by working with inventory management. Your inventory is only limited to 8 slots at the start of the game, and this does not include your gun, your melee weapon, and your flash, and you keep getting more guns, and more healing, and equipment, and bullets. If you can't find any bullets to stun Mr. X or the other zombies, you're just bound to make a run for it and tank the damage if you can, or restart from your last save. In my first playthrough, I had to run around the library in circles because I was trying to move the bookshelves to get to the clock tower, but Mr. X just kept approaching me menacingly. In that moment, you can't really do anything except just go to a save room or try to shake him off while running around and solving puzzles. Only that can go sideways quite fast if you're cornered by multiple zombies. I think this really adds to the helpless feeling of the game, especially at the start. While playing the game, I had this feeling that it would be better if there was just a melee mechanic that didn't break after 3 times. Or that you would automatically get your knife back after killing a zombie. But in retrospect, I feel like it would make the game very boring. It would just take away the feeling of, do I keep my healing and leave my knife, or do I leave my healing behind and keep the knife? Since you'd always be able to fight back in a certain capacity without it doing any damage, these moments where you have to consider what things you're going to bring with you and what things you're going to leave behind would just go up in flames. Like, oh well, I can just punch the zombie in the face. Because of this mechanic, I did actually have a couple of moments where I jumped up in my seat because I happened to find a knife or bullets when I was in dire need of them. Also, going on a small side tangent about weapons for a bit. The sound design is so juicy. Like, for example, Claire's revolver. I hate her revolver so much. And the reload time feels like I could finish One Piece in the time it takes for her to reload. However, the gun sounds like I'm being covered in a warm blanket while 20 baby kittens are snuggling up to me. It is such a good lesson in sound design, and that leads me to a large part of what makes a scary game scary is the fact that the music, setting, design, and everything else are made to make you feel that way. In Amnesia, there's a reason you go insane when there aren't any lights. There's a reason the light only stretches a little bit and is a scarce resource. The same goes for Resident Evil. Every detail in the police bureau is constructed so it oozes the feeling of you're not safe right now, you need to leave. For example, the layout of the central hall is constructed in such a way that when Mr. X is doing his rounds and constantly looking for you, he can come from a gazillion different angles if you make any noise, which can be fucking terrifying. Also, the hallways in the bureau are narrow, which make it hard for you to squeeze past zombies if needed. And what police station has a fucking clock tower? Hello? Yeah. No, this is Scissorhands calling, and he wants to know where his cameo is in the game. Between this atmospheric storytelling, the puzzles require you to move around all over the map to find different tools and items to help you solve the puzzles. For example, if you find a tool in the observations room, but you need a battery for the tool to work, the battery will be in the interrogation room on the other side of the damn building. So you grab that, and then you need to find the place the device need to be used in, which will be on the other side of the building once again. All the while, Mr. X is hauling ass to make you do some nice Pilates exercises.
Take a deep breath.
Another thing that helps in this atmospheric storytelling is the fact that your movement is really slow in comparison to a game like the Outlast Trial. In Outlast Trials, you can run, slide, and crouch to escape from the prime assets. The scary part about the trials is when the stakes get higher and you need to complete objectives while being tracked down by multiple enemies with different abilities. In other words, the type of horror that Outlast Trials is good at is the fast-paced gore shock factor type of horror. Comparing that to Resident Evil, the movement is sluggish at best, but that helps with the slower, more psychological type of horror that Resident Evil is good at. Before I get into the last part of this section, I'll give a slight spoiler warning for the late game area. So if you don't want to know about it, just skip to this timestamp on the screen right now. This is the place I feel like is the strongest in terms of atmosphere, but also the place I had the toughest time navigating because of the enemies. These fuckers puke on your face and make me want to go out in nature and touch some grass. Besides that, I feel like on standard, the only reason they had the poison mechanic is just for these zombies to inflict puke poison damage. Even though this place is scary as hell because backtracking means getting puked on again, it's also the worst designed. And this might just be because I was stupid enough to see the giant red light and think, oh, well, that's just part of the background scenery. The atmosphere is very good, and in retrospect, it's one of the places where the game design shines brightest. But in the moment, I was hating every second of it, especially when those guys managed to puke on me and I got stuck in the cutscene. As someone who's never finished a Resident Evil game before, I was taken aback by the atmosphere the game created. I genuinely felt scared and helpless at times. I played it with a friend in call for at least the larger part of the police station section of the game, and for the parts I played solo, I think I will definitely remember discovering the secrets of the police station at 1 AM. Very fondly. Mr. X will likely go into my list of hear me outs, and Leon will be in the list of dumbest guys out there. But I love him for it. Halfway through September, the new Resident Evil movie will come out, and I'm genuinely so excited for it. I'll be playing the other Resident Evil games as well, and I do really want to talk about the Resident Evil movie, so keep a lookout for those things as well. If you have any other topics or games I should check out, please be sure to let me know in the comments. Obliterate the like if you did in fact like it, and subscribe if you like more like this, and I'll see you in the next one. And for the parts I played solo, I think I will definitely remember discovering the secrets. Secret? I would definitely be recalling the secrets of the police station fondly.